So you like Peen Dead Blow Hammers? Well, we got a little bit of a selection here for you guys to take a look at, and we're going to kind of go over why these might be important for you guys who are using them in the trades or maybe using them at home. But there is definitely a place and a space where these peen hammers are useful, and we'll talk about that here in this video. So let's dive in right now, take a look, and we'll tell you all about them. All right, so first off, we got three flavors here, three different sizes, and we'll go over them. We have a 16 ounce, we have a 24 ounce, and we also have a 32 ounce. So three different sizes that give you a different spectrum of physical weight, right? It's going to be the weight of the hammer plus also the weight in the head. And we'll go over, I actually want to test and see if that number is actually accurate with these heads and hammers, if it actually is 16 ounces, 24 ounces, and 32 ounces or not. Because we want to be able to match them up against maybe some other manufacturers that we'll talk about in a minute and make sure we're getting the right size and weight. Now, part numbers for them are not going to be this one. Always go on the back side. Item number is what you want, 59711 for the 20 or 16 ouncer. For the 24 ouncer, you're going to be part number 59702. And for the 32 ouncer, you are part number 58167. And now all of these are going to be made in, well, designed by Icon in the USA, but they are all manufactured in Taiwan, which out of all of the overseas countries that make tools, Taiwan is one of the better ones. So I do like that. And we'll also go into pricing here a little bit more towards the end, so you know what you're looking at price-wise between the three. Let's go ahead. We'll go over a couple of little options here. I do like that Icon gives a lifetime guarantee on their tools. So if you beat this up, tear it up, you get to take it back and replace it, no problem. They do talk about a solid steel shank from the head through the handle. We'll test that real quick. Yeah, all the way to the end. And that's going to be the same for all of these. Yep, that sticks. And that one sticks as well. So I do appreciate that. Some hammer manufacturers, they don't always bring the shank all the way straight through. So having it go all the way through the head and all the way down through the handle is very much appreciated. What they're attempting to do is, if you've seen these dead blow hammers, here's just a little smaller one. What they are is, if you listen, you actually hear that they're shot filled. And it's going to be typically like a steel or metallic bead that's inside there, that as you hit something, instead of rebounding off of that surface like you would a traditional hammer, right, you hit it and it bounces right back, only some of that energy would get transferred to whatever you're hitting. In the case of these dead blow hammers, as it hits first with the surface, and then the shot hits after that, which essentially gives it that extra hit, extra momentum to physically break things loose. And it's great for suspension work. It's going to be great for automotive work, working on engines, if you have pulleys or whatnot. I mean, there's a lot of great uses for this. Busting off a tire or a drum. You name it, stuff that gets stuck, this is great for knocking it off. And so this is great in that, but it's limited to the rubber, so the rubber is going to actually absorb some of that energy too. And that's where it's important to have one of these peen hammers, is because you still have a steel surface, and you have that shot inside there. If I could make it sound. So that you get even a harder, harsher impact, and that's where these are beneficial. So polyurethane material, that's resistant to chemicals. Yeah, they do a harder, actually, let's see, slightly harder, and then this is a little bit softer rubber overmold. The black is actually harder here than the red. So chemical resistant, which is nice. It does have these little diamonds for grip. I wish there were more. I wish they completed it all the way around, and I wish they had it on the back too, because it does have a little bit of slip to it. Ergonomic wise, it isn't the best. We'll go over this one here in just a second, but I do prefer this one. It has a lot of little traction dots on it, and it has, as you can see here, a little bit of a silhouette. So this is actually very good to grip onto, especially if you have greasy, dirty hands. This, I'm already telling, it's going to be good enough, I think, but it's not my first choice, that's for sure. Okay, so now we got these all out here. Let's go ahead, I'm going to go ahead, crack these open. We'll take a look at them one by one, and I'll tell you what I think. So we got all three of them out here. You can clearly see on the head. I do like that they stamp, or at least make it part of the mold. It is softer rubber up here, so that is nice as you impact it. It's not going to want to chip. But 16 ounces, 24 ounces. Very well pronounced. And 32 ounces. So pretty good impact to them. Could use a little bit cleaning up. Now you notice here on the ball peen side, this is a very pointed aggressive. So metalworking, if you're looking to basically round something over, maybe even if you're attempting to use this for body work, which I'm not sure that you would really want to, this is what this is going to do. Is this is going to attempt to spread metal out as it hits it and curve it. And then this is going to be more of a flattened, almost a blunt. It still has a curvature to it, but this is going to be for more straight-on impacts to remove stuck items. Now, if you compare that, so here's one right here. This one's going to be more flat on this end. It does have a better job at the bevel. This one's got just like a smooth bevel, whereas this one's more pronounced. And then when you take a look at the ball peen side, this has got a nice progressive circular ball peen, whereas this one's going to be quite a bit more pointed. So this is a lot more aggressive at forming metal. This is going to be a little bit more passive. So just know that the style and the shape of this is going to determine how well it performs when it's being used. But I do like that this has a little bit more metal off the back. This has less. Now, the one here that I'm talking about, this is a Summit model, and Summit BP47. I don't think they even make it anymore. It's made in USA. Summit doesn't make it themselves. They, hire out to somebody else. I think the other manufacturer that makes it is Trusty Cook. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me, guys. I think Trusty Cook has since pulled it from Summit, and now that contract is with Tecton. So Tecton has a set of these. I think just buying singularly, they're like $70, I think, at the lowest, and then they go up from there. Like a whole set's like $300+. So they are expensive, but they are very nice. I got several of these. This is the nicer one to show you guys today. Definitely nice. I think they come in a set of 5, and I like their numbering here. So BP47, the 47 stands for the physical weight. Now let's go ahead and test that out. Let you guys see how much these all weigh. And we'll start with the Summit, right? Because we already know it says 47, so it should be 47 ounces, or close to. I'm just trying to steady with my hand. So 47.05. So dead on, 47 ounces. That's accurate. Let's see if Icon's is accurate. We'll start with the lighter one. We'll start with our 16 ouncer. No, that's 29 ounces. So that is not accurate. We'll start, the next one will be 24 ounces. 24 ounces. 32. So again, underrated. And we'll finish off with the 32 ouncer, which is really 54, almost 55 ounces. So I don't know what Icon's trying to do. I don't know why they don't actually use the full measurement of it. Maybe they're just trying to measure the head, or maybe it's the shot that's inside. But I don't feel like that's industry standard. I feel like most people like to weigh the whole thing as a whole. For me, that's I just don't understand. I don't understand that methodology behind it. Other than that, as far as looks and usage, I mean they seem to be well made. Yeah, they're holding up good. They have a good. I mean they hit hard. They're going to do what you need them to do. I don't have any complaints in their construction, but let's talk about price though. So when I think about these Summit ones, they were I want to say they're probably $40. I bought them singularly. They wouldn't come in a set. They're probably $30-40 if I remember. It's been several years. Now these icons, if you're looking at say the 16 ouncer, if you want to buy that not on sale, this one comes in at $34 and some change, almost 35. The 24 ouncer comes in at $44, almost $45. And then this 32 ouncer comes in at $54. So now right now, a lot of you guys might be watching this video because during this filming, it is the last day of what was a flash sale on Icon screwdrivers and hammers, and there was a 35% off sale. So I actually went and finished buying a couple. I think I had one or two of these already, and I went and bought another one or two to complete out my set, because at 35% off, that's a good enough savings. And these are good enough. These are good enough hammers. I want to put some use to them, and if I notice anything, guys, I'll definitely let you know, or maybe you guys as well. Like, have you guys tried these out? Have you purchased them already? What is your take? Are they worth the money, or do you recommend something else? I'm all ears. I'd love to hear it, guys. As always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for participating. And if you have any video ideas, submit them below. Please comment. All right, guys. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.